Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel, Baseball Talk with Nick Morgan. Outfielder Andrew Benintendi has been traded from the Boston Red Sox to the Kansas City Royals. But for the second time this offseason, the New York Mets got involved and made it a three-way trade. And that's exactly what we're going to go ahead and talk about here in this video. So, if you guys are ready for it, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Without further ado, let's dive into this deal between the Boston Red Sox, Kansas City Royals, and New York Mets. In this trade, there is quite a bit to break down, but the main piece is Andrew Benintendi, who's going from the Boston Red Sox to the Kansas City Royals. Now, this is the only piece that Kansas City gets, but this is the most significant player involved in the three-way deal. The Boston Red Sox are getting quite a haul here for the left-handed outfielder, but in this case, it comes down to quantity and not quality, as they receive outfielder Franchy Cordero from the Kansas City Royals, right-handed pitcher Josh Winkowski from the New York Mets, two players to be named later from the Kansas City Royals, and one player to be named later from the New York Mets. And for the New York Mets here, the third team involved in this trade, they are receiving outfielder Khalil Lee from the Kansas City Royals. And essentially, the Royals gave this outfielder to the Mets so that they would give a right-handed pitcher to the Red Sox, and this transaction could be completed. So that's why the Mets were involved here. The first time the Mets were involved in a three-way trade this winter was when they received Joey Lucchesi as a part of the Joe Musgrove deal, sending him to San Diego. A few weeks ago, it was made clear that Benintendi was available on the trading block, which was quite an interesting move here from the Boston Red Sox since he had a down 2020 season. In 39 at-bats, he had 4 hits, good for a 103 average with 1 RBI and 1 stolen base. His on-base percentage was .314, his OPS was .442, but if you look at Andrew Benintendi's career, he is a .273 hitter and 1,837 at-bats with 51 home runs, 260 RBIs, and 53 stolen bases. He played a big role in the 2018 World Series champion team for the Boston Red Sox. 2017, the year before, was pretty good. 2019 was a decent year for the left-handed outfielder as well, but really, he could not find a consistent success in the abbreviated 2020 regular season. But even when Benintendi's value was at its lowest, the Red Sox did get 5 players back. Now again, this comes down to quantity and not quality. They got 5 guys, 3 are players to be named later, which typically do not become anything at a Major League Baseball level. But at the bare minimum, this does add depth to a very weak Red Sox farm system. Now, Shane Bloom, of course, loves his prospects. He loves getting younger guys. And you just look at the time this trade took place, Benintendi had a really rough 2020 season, but that's only one down year. Who's to say he wasn't going to come back in 2021 and really be lights out like he was in 2018? Andrew Benintendi's name is now added to the laundry list of players who the Red Sox have lost recently, and some of these guys include Mookie Betts, again, Andrew Benintendi, David Price, Dustin Pedroia, of course, he retired, Mitch Moreland, Rick Porcello, Brock Holt. I mean, this team has got significantly worse since winning the World Series in 2018. The outfield alone used to be comprised of Andrew Benintendi, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Mookie Betts. And with what it looks like right now, the Red Sox have lost all of those outfielders. Granted, Jackie Bradley is still a free agent. He may re-sign with the franchise. For the Red Sox, this is definitely an interesting move here. Timing of it all and just giving up on Andrew Benintendi this early. He's only 26 years old at the time of the trade, so I really don't see why they wouldn't at least keep him around for another year. But they wanted to get rid of him. They dealt him to the Kansas City Royals, who, unlike this team, look to maybe be competitive in 2021. Now, of course, competitive to an extent. They are looking to be a better team than they were in 2020. The Royals have been in this massive rebuild phase. They have not been a successful team in the past 2 seasons, and now they have some noteworthy acquisitions in the offseason, the first of which is Mike Minor, so adding some starting pitching depth. They also picked up switch-hitting first baseman Carlos Santana as a free agent, and now trading for Andrew Benintendi. So these are 3 pretty significant deals that they were able to finalize over the course of this winter. Now, of course, none of these deals are going to make them a favorite in any given division, let alone theirs this year. However, it does show signs of hope. Kansas City Royals fans can be happy. They are making moves. They're getting better by the day. Now, again, by no means are these 3 acquisitions enough to put them in a very good position before the start of opening day, but it is still progress. They have gotten better, and that's big. Who knows, maybe Andrew Benintendi will find his rhythm again in 2021 and make a bigger impact with the Royals than we might think he's going to right now because of his down season in 2020. And then for the New York Mets receiving outfielder Khalil Lee, this is not bad at all. They gave up a right-hander, Josh Winkowski. He's, of course, going to the Boston Red Sox. But over the course of this offseason, I don't need to tell you guys, the Mets have looked very good. They are enhancing and upgrading every aspect of their roster, and they are set up for a lot of success in 2021. The big takeaways from this trade is that the Boston Red Sox got a little bit worse, the Kansas City Royals got a little bit better, and the Mets are just headlining the news yet again. Alright guys, that's going to end it for this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know down below in the comment section what you think of this three-way deal. Of course, it looks like the Kansas City Royals won this trade as they acquire outfielder Andrew Benintendi from the Boston Red Sox. Guys, that's going to end it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Peace.